Hey everybody, it's Allie with the Spiegel Mom Scraps design team, and today I'm making a fun layout with some cup files, and here I'm actually using a cup file to make a shaker pocket. And I'm sorry about the orientation of my video, you guys. I fix it, but for this part you'll just have to kind of be sideways. So I just use the negative part of the cup file to create my shaker pocket. So I go around the edge with my fuse, and I've got some of the morning dewdrops inside that little shaker. So that's super fun. So here I'm starting with my background paper, and I've already used my Cameo to cut the edges there. As you see, they're like little openings, and so I'm going to put other shakers right there. So I'm going to just start with some Shimmerz. So this color is called My Clementine, and it's just kind of a soft, pale orangey color. I'm actually going to also use a spritz in Caribbean Sunset. That's a little bit of a darker orange color. But my plan for this is I'm using the Authentic You mix, the Authentic You Sequin mix. And there's like these gorgeous pops of orange. So I wanted my background to have kind of this orange pop to it as well, because a lot of the embellishments I'm using are like the teals from the Authentic You. And so I wanted to have a little bit of that orange in there. And I really am just putting it on fast. I'm using a dry brush with very little water in my creamies. And then I'm going to spray my spritz into the lid. And you can see I'm just going to dab it on there. I do end up going over this with some white acrylic paint just to tone it down a little bit, because I didn't want the mixed media to be so much a part of the show, I guess. I want the star to be my pictures and my shakers and my sequins. So I do tone this down just a little bit with some white acrylic paint while it's still kind of wet, so it kind of has this smear effect that I just love. It's just messy and fun, and there's not much thought to it. It's just relaxing to put paint on paper. So now that that's all dry, I've got my little sequin shakers here with the Authentic You, which is just a gorgeous mix. I love it so much. And so they're going to go into that opening, but I wanted to find a background paper that goes behind them, and I end up using this black and white striped paper, and it's also what I have cut one of the cut files out of, so it kind of goes with the layout that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over, and I just washi tape my shakers to the back of the layout here, and then I will add my background paper on top of that. So this black and white striped paper is actually from Fancy Pants Designs. It's from the Atwell collection, which is absolutely one of my favorite collections ever, and I'm still hoarding bits and pieces of it, as you can see. But for the most part, this layout is comprised of the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection. Now, I am a huge Maggie Holmes lover. Like, I love the colors, I love the whimsy, but I'm also like a very literal scrapper, and it has to make sense to me. So this is one of my favorite layouts to do in this style and just the concept, because it's my kid, my son, who is 6 now. He's just being super silly, and it's fun to just make a super silly layout. So I'm actually using a title. It's a quote from Lewis Carroll, and it's, "You're entirely bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are." And this is a concept that him and I have talked about on numerous occasions, and it's just a really fun idea that everybody's a little silly and everybody's a little crazy. So he likes that idea, and it fits these silly mustache pictures that I'm going to be scrapping of him today. So here he is he's got a mustache sticker on his face, and he's saying, "I must ask you a question." So here is the black and white striped paper cut into stars. Awesome, gorgeous, super fun stars. Free cut file from the Spiegel Mom Scraps store, so definitely grab yourself one of those. And then I've got this zebra, which I've been hanging on to because, like I said, I'm a literal scrapper and it didn't really go with anything. But in a layout about being super silly and fun, it totally fits. I've actually got a couple more little ephemera pieces from that Maggie Holmes collection. And then I also am going to add in my cloud shakers, which are also cut files. So I've used just the outline of the cloud around the shaker to kind of hide that edge. And then I'm just going to use my tiny attacher, and after I glue the white part onto the shaker itself, I'm just going to staple those right on there. So I actually used 3 sequin mixes in this layout because those really big gold stars are from the Rockabye Baby Girl mix, and I wanted to add those in because they kind of go with my star cut file, and I just like the splattering of stars across the layout because I didn't get enough sequins in this one, of course. I've got the morning dewdrops in those clouds, I've got the authentic you on each side, and now some giant star sequins. So I'm pretty happy with where all of this is. I'm going to glue that down, and now I just need to add my title. So I like to use the cover for my cutting mat as the plastic to put my title on, and then go ahead and adhere it from there, just so I can see what it's going to look like over the layout without having to actually stick it down. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I've inspired you to use some sequins. And as always, save 15% with the code AllieG15. Thanks for watching.